Well, we thank everybody for coming out this morning, and we're going to start our new session and training. As everyone knows, last year we finished the training that we were having, and I think everybody enjoyed it. His needs, her needs, and we talked about a new training. So today we're going to start mastering the mysteries of love. So what I'd like to say first is mastering the mysteries of love is not a program to help you get your marriage back to where it should be. It's not for people that are having problems in their marriages, but it's to help people to get their marriages stronger. Secondly, this program is not for abuse. If you're in an abusive relationship, then you need to go and receive some type of counseling. This program is specifically to help strengthen marriages. It's given us 10 ways to help strengthen our marriages. So what I would like to do is have my wife to pass out one book to each couple. And this particular program, you might have heard people say it, that Christians have just as high a divorce rate as married people have. And if you're a Christian, then you shouldn't be having the same problem as other people. Because Christians know a lot about love. They talk about love. The Bible teaches about love. But the problem is we may know the teaching of love, but we don't know how to give love and how to enact it. We know how to talk about it, but it takes training to know how to actually bring it out. You might have heard people in the past say that love is an action word. It takes action to show it. So what I have up here on the screen right now, it's something to show that this program itself is biblically based and what you'll get out of it. First, giving empathy or showing understanding skills. So if you're getting empathy, remember, empathy and sympathy are two different things. Empathy is the understanding of what the person is going through, not feeling sorry for that person, but it's an understanding of what they're going through. And why learn these skills? Well, we need to learn them to be sure you accurately understand your partner, their thoughts, feelings, concerns, and desires. To meet one of the greatest emotional needs of your loved one, and to eliminate misunderstandings and shorten the healing process, to pave the way for workable solutions. And to pave the way for workable solutions means that you have to be able to communicate. So we're going to be going over communication and how we communicate. To learn the right to be heard in turn by my partner. It's very important that we each have a right to be heard. The majority of the time when we get into a disagreement and arguing, we don't each be heard unless we've gone through the practicing of being heard. One person says something, before they can finish, the other person wants to say what they have to say, and they're cutting them off. And that is what creates the argument, because the other person wants to be heard, and we're not allowing the other person to be heard. And each person has the right to be heard and in their own order. If you notice that on many of the shows on TV right now, the judges will tell the person, you'll have your turn to talk. Just wait. And I do a lot of mediation and conflict resolution. And I specifically, at every session, I give each couple or person or group paper and pen and say, listen to what the other person is saying. Because if you don't listen, you're not going to know what they're saying. What we most of us do, we're thinking of a rebuttal, what we're going to say while the person is talking. When we should be listening to what they're saying, and if we disagree with it, don't say anything, write it down. Because we're going to get our turn to talk. And when you get your turn to talk, then you say what you have to say. So everybody has that right. And to listen with the depth of caring in the way that you would like to be heard, which means sit there and look at the person when they're talking. Not to be doing something else, but to look at them and show that you're interested in what they're saying. Now, scriptures that support learning these skills is Proverbs 21 and 11. It says, a wise person learns by doing what? By listening. If I don't understand what someone is saying, I am a stranger to that person. And that person is a stranger to me. That's 1 Chronicles 14:11. A soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words cause quarrels. And you can get that in Proverbs 15:1. And on love, love doesn't force itself on others, isn't always first, doesn't fly off the handle. So that's in 1 Corinthians 13:5. So there are a lot of biblical verses that we can go through that will help us to know that this is very important to know. These are skills, mastering the mysteries of love, that we all should have. And it's Bible-based. So what we're learning here is backed up through biblical scriptures. And that's what we want. We want things that are biblically based. We're Christians, and we want to know what the Bible says about our relationships. Your own soul is nourished when you're kind. It is destroyed when you're cruel. That's in Proverbs 11:17. So there's a lot of scriptures. There's discussion skills. So why do we need to know about discussion skills? Scriptures that are important in discussing discussions. There's problem-solving skills. The Bible talks about problem-solving skills. So we're going to be going over the 10 skills that we really need to know about in this program. So are there any questions that you might have before we get started going over our book? Anyone have any questions? Okay, if not, we'll get started.